1973 Liberty half dollar. It might just turn the tables for you. What seems like an ordinary coin could actually carry a surprising story and unexpected value. Stick around until the end of the video to learn its potential, price, and how you can sell it the right way. The 1973 Liberty half dollar, officially known as the Kennedy half dollar, represents an era of transition in American coinage. It carries not only monetary worth but also deep historical significance. This coin was struck during a time when the United States was recovering from the social and economic changes of the 1960s and early 1970s. The half dollar had already become iconic because of its design, featuring the portrait of President John F. Kennedy, whose assassination in 1963 shocked the world and led to the coin's introduction in 1964. The obverse side features Kennedy's profile facing left, designed by Gilroy Roberts. Above his head is the national motto, "In God We Trust," with the date 1973 positioned at the bottom. The reverse displays the presidential seal, an eagle with a shield, arrows, and olive branches, surrounded by 50 stars symbolizing the states. This design by Frank Gasparo became one of the most recognizable in modern American numismatics. By 1973, the coin was made of a copper-nickel clad composition rather than silver, a change that started in 1971. This means that while earlier half dollars from the 1960s contained silver, the 1973 issue was produced with a copper core and a nickel outer layer. Although not silver, certain versions of this coin can still hold high collector value, depending on their condition, rarity, and any unique mint errors. The 1973 Kennedy half dollar was struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints for circulation, and at the San Francisco Mint for proof sets. Coins from Philadelphia carry no mint mark, Denver coins show a D mark, and San Francisco proofs display an S. Interestingly, 1973 half dollars were not released for general circulation. They were minted exclusively for collectors and included in special mint sets and proof sets. This makes finding one in circulation today unusual and potentially profitable. Philadelphia produced over 64 million pieces. Denver minted around 83 million, and San Francisco struck more than 2.7 million proofs. While these numbers are high, the lack of circulation release means many have survived in uncirculated or near mint state, which matters greatly to collectors. Error coins from this year also catch attention. Some examples include off-center strikes, double dies, missing clad layers, and die adjustment strikes. Such errors are rare and can dramatically raise the value of a 1973 half dollar. Collectors prize proof coins from the San Francisco Mint for their mirror-like finishes and sharp details. A well-preserved proof with original packaging can bring in significantly more than its face value. Even regular strikes from Denver and Philadelphia can be valuable. What many people consider a simple commemorative dollar could actually be a hidden treasure that holds the power to surprise collectors and change your perception of pocket change. Stick around until the end of the video to learn its potential value and how you can sell it the right way to get the best price. The 1776 to 1976 Liberty $1 coin was issued to mark the 200th anniversary of American independence, making it one of the most historically significant coins of the 20th century. This bicentennial dollar was struck during a time of national celebration, when the United States looked back on 2 centuries of progress and unity. It was produced from 1975 to 1976 and carries the dual date 1776 to 1976 as a reminder of the nation's founding and its enduring legacy. On the obverse, the coin features a portrait of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a design originally created by Frank Gasparo. His face symbolizes leadership, strength, and the era of post-war America. Surrounding the portrait are the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," along with the dual date below. This design connects modern America with its revolutionary origins. The reverse design is what makes this coin instantly recognizable and highly collectible. instead of the usual eagle landing on the moon. The bicentennial dollar features the Liberty Bell superimposed over the moon, a design created by Dennis R. Williams. This unique pairing represents the merging of history and exploration, paying tribute to the revolutionary spirit of 1776 while celebrating the technological achievements of the space age. The inscriptions, United States of America and $1, complete the design. The coin was struck in two main compositions. Circulation strikes were made of copper-nickel clad, while special collector versions were minted in 40% silver. These silver issues were often sold in sets and are now particularly sought after by collectors because of their precious metal content and limited availability. 3. Mints were involved in production. Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with a D mint mark, and San Francisco with an S mint mark. Each produced millions of coins, but the silver issues from San Francisco stand out for their quality and collectability. The San Francisco Mint also produced proof versions with mirror-like fields and frosted designs that highlight every detail beautifully. The bicentennial dollar holds a special place in the hearts of collectors because it represents a patriotic moment in time. It was widely distributed, appearing in circulation, mint sets, and collector packages. Many Americans saved these coins as souvenirs of the celebration, which is why they are still commonly found today. However, certain varieties and conditions can dramatically increase their value. High-grade, uncirculated coins, particularly those with a strong strike and no signs of wear, can command. Have you ever found a Liberty quarter dollar dated 1776 to 1976 and wondered if it could be the key to something much bigger than just pocket change? If you have this coin, it might actually turn the tables for you. Many people spend these quarters without knowing their hidden value. Stick around until the end of this video because we are going to talk about its potential price and how you can sell it the right way. The 1776 to 1976 Liberty quarter dollar is more than just a coin. It is a commemorative piece celebrating the 200th anniversary of the founding of the United States, known as the bicentennial quarter. This coin was specially minted to honor 2 centuries since the signing of the Declaration of Independence, making it one of the most memorable issues in modern American coinage history. On the front, or obverse, the coin still carries the classic portrait of George Washington. But what makes it stand out is the dual date, 1776 to 1976, beneath his profile, marking the celebration of the nation's bicentennial. On the reverse, the traditional eagle design is replaced with the image of a colonial drummer, often called the drummer boy, along with a victory torch surrounded by 13 stars representing the original 13 colonies. This design captured the patriotic spirit of the era and gave the coin a distinct and unforgettable look. These quarters were struck between 1975 and 1976, and interestingly, no quarter bears the date 1975. All quarters made in that period show the dual date. The United States Mint produced these coins at 3 locations: Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with a D, and San Francisco with an S. The Philadelphia and Denver mints produced the majority of these for circulation, while the San Francisco Mint created special collector editions in both proof and silver versions. The silver versions of these quarters are among the most desirable for collectors today. They contain 40% silver and were sold in special sets during the bicentennial celebration. Over time, these silver issues have become increasingly valuable, especially when preserved in excellent condition. Collectors look for uncirculated or proof coins with sharp details, original luster, and minimal marks. Condition plays a massive role in determining the value of these coins. Circulated coins that have been in pockets and drawers for decades generally hold modest value, but coins that have been preserved carefully can be worth far more. Professional grading by companies like PCGS or NGC can significantly increase the value, particularly for coins that grade MS67 or higher, which are considered rare and highly sought after varieties and mint. Errors are another area where hidden value can be found. Some 1776 to 1976 quarters feature double dies, off-center strikes, or other unique minting anomalies that make them stand out. Collectors and auction houses are willing to pay premium. If I told you that a coin resting quietly in your drawer could be worth hundreds, or even thousands of dollars, would you believe it? Today we are diving into the Liberty half dollar from 1990, a coin that might look ordinary to most people, but to collectors and buyers on platforms like eBay and at major auctions, it carries history, rarity, and surprising value. If you own this coin, it might just turn the tables for you, so stick around until the very end, because that's where I'll reveal how much it can actually be worth and how you can sell it. The Liberty half dollar has long been a symbol of American pride, history, and artistry. By 1990, the KENDEEY half dollar design was already an established part of US coinage. First introduced in 1964 after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy, the half dollar became more than just currency, it became a piece of living history. Collectors cherished it, the public hoarded it, and it quickly became one of the most recognized coins in America. By 1990, the coin was in its third decade of production, but that year carried with it unique characteristics that make certain specimens stand out. To truly appreciate the 1990 Liberty half dollar, you need to understand its design. On the obverse side, we see the bold and familiar profile of President John F. Kennedy, sculpted with lifelike precision by Gilroy Roberts. The reverse displays the presidential seal designed by Frank Gasparro, featuring the American eagle with its outstretched wings, the olive branch symbolizing peace in one talon and arrows, representing strength and readiness in the other. This balance of peace and defense was not just symbolic of Kennedy's presidency, but also the enduring vision of America. The year 1990 wasn't one of the rarest in terms of mintage numbers, but the details lie in the variations, conditions, and mint marks. Coins from Philadelphia, marked with a P, and those from Denver, marked with AD, are among the most common. However, the proofs struck in San Francisco with the S mint mark are highly desirable, especially those preserved in flawless condition with deep cameo contrast. Proof coins often hold significantly higher value, and collectors worldwide continue to hunt for pristine examples from this year. Condition is everything when it comes to determining value. A 1990 Liberty half dollar that has been circulated showing scratches and wear may only fetch its face value of 50 cents or slightly more, but an uncirculated example with its mint luster still intact could sell for much more. At the highest end, coins graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC in near-perfect mint state or proof condition can reach impressive prices at auctions. Another important factor in value lies in mint errors. A small percentage of coins minted in 1990 exhibit mistakes, double strikes, off-center strikes, or planchet flaws. We are going to explore one of the most fascinating coins in American numismatic history, the Liberty $1 coin of 1972. Imagine holding in your hand what many people might see as just a heavy old dollar. Yet inside this coin lies a story of design struggles, minting errors, historical significance, and a collector's dream that might just turn the tables for you. Stay with me until the end, because I will reveal how much these coins are really worth today according to eBay, auction houses, and other online platforms, and more importantly, how you can sell them. But at the end, instead of giving away the full selling details here, I'll ask you to comment price in the comment box, and I'll personally guide you on its latest value and exact selling procedure. The 1972 Liberty $1 coin is part of the Eisenhower dollar series, first minted in 1971 and struck through 1978. The design was created to honor both President Dwight D. Eisenhower, the Supreme Allied Commander, during World War II, and the 34th President of the United States, as well as the Apollo 11 moon landing, a proud moment in American history. On the obverse side, we see Eisenhower's bold portrait designed by Frank Gasparro, and on the reverse, a majestic eagle landing on the moon, holding an olive branch, symbolic of peace but also representing mankind. First steps on lunar soil. What makes the 1972 Eisenhower dollar especially important is the fact that it was the only year in the series that the Philadelphia Mint produced circulation strikes without a mint mark. It was also struck in such large numbers to ensure its wide circulation. However, it is precisely in this year that some of the most well-known minting varieties and errors appeared, giving collectors something truly special to chase. There are three distinct types of reverse designs for the $1,972, known as Type 1, Type 2, and Type 3. These differences are subtle, but incredibly important to collectors. The variations are most noticeable in the details of the Earth and the Caribbean islands above the eagle. Type 2, in particular, is extremely rare and only found in coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint. This variety has become a key piece in the Eisenhower series, with its rarity making it highly valuable in today's market. Most 1972 Eisenhower dollars were struck in a copper-nickel clad composition, the same as quarters and dimes of that era, but a limited number were also produced in a 40% silver-clad version for collectors, issued in special proof and uncirculated sets. These silver issues are prized not only for their metal content, but also for their quality of strike and overall collectability. As we go deeper into the history, the Eisenhower dollar faced many challenges in circulation. Its large size, similar to the old Morgan and Peace dollars, made it inconvenient for everyday use. People often disliked carrying such heavy coins in their pockets. A coin in your collection that seems so ordinary yet could carry a story powerful enough to change how you see its true value. What if I told you that the 1989 Liberty half dollar, a coin many people overlook, might just be one of those treasures that could turn the tables for you? After the introduction, we'll explore its long history, design, and legacy, and by the end of the video, I'll share how you can uncover its worth and even sell it. Stick around, because this one is more than just a half dollar. The 1989 Liberty half dollar is officially known as the KENDEEY half dollar, continuing the series that began in 1964 following the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy, designed by Chief Engraver Gilroy Roberts and Frank Gasparo. The coin was intended as both a tribute and a circulating currency. Even by 1989, it carried with it over 2 decades of emotional and national significance. On the obverse, the coin displays the iconic portrait of President Kennedy, strong and determined, symbolizing leadership and resilience. The reverse features the presidential coat of arms, with an eagle holding olive branches and arrows echoing strength and peace. This design had become familiar to Americans by 1989, yet it never lost its aura of respect. The year 1989 sits in an important place in history. The United States was witnessing the end of the Cold War, with the Berlin Wall soon to fall. While the coin itself may not directly reflect these world-changing events, it was a silent witness carried in pockets, exchanged in stores, and saved in collections. Coins often outlast the moments of history they live through, and this half dollar is a perfect example. Mintage numbers for the 1989 half dollar were quite high. Millions were struck both in Philadelphia and Denver, as well as special proofs in San Francisco. For everyday circulation, the coin was common. But what makes some of these pieces stand out today is not just their history but their condition, rarity in certain grades, and errors that occurred during minting. Collectors know that the value of a 1989 half dollar varies greatly. A worn coin used in circulation may only be worth its face value, but when you find one in pristine, uncirculated condition, or better yet, a proof coin with deep cameo contrast, its worth grows significantly. Errors such as off-center strikes, double dies, or unusual mint marks can also boost the coin's desirability. These are the kinds of details that seasoned collectors search for, and even casual coin holders can stumble upon by chance. By the late 1980s, the half dollar had already become a denomination that saw limited use in circulation. Most people rarely encounter them in daily transactions, meaning many coins went directly into storage, rolls, or collections. This helps explain why uncirculated examples remain. Available to this day, the 1989 Liberty half dollar also symbolizes a bridge between generations. For older Americans, it was a reminder of Kennedy's presidency. For younger ones, it was simply a coin that looked different, bigger, and somehow more special than dimes or quarters. From a numismatic standpoint, coins like this one highlight the balance between mintage, volume, and collector interest. While millions were produced, only a small fraction survive today in top condition. And those are the coins that truly carry value in the marketplace. On platforms like eBay, these coins are often listed with a wide price range. Common circulated examples might sell for just slightly above face value, but proof coins in their original packaging can command far more. Some error coins or high-grade certified examples have been auctioned for surprising amounts, making this coin one to watch closely. Auction houses and coin grading services like PCGS and NGC have recorded notable sales for this half dollar, particularly when the coin has been preserved perfectly. That means if you've got one tucked away, it could be more than just spare change. Another fascinating detail is how the half dollar has endured as both a collector's item and a ceremonial coin. Even in 1989, it was already leaning away from being a circulation coin and moving toward the collector's market. That makes your 1989 half dollar part of a bigger story in US coinage history. Collectors often seek out complete runs of Kennedy half dollars from 1964 to present. That means your 1989 coin is essential in filling a gap in many sets. While it may not be the rarest year, it holds its place firmly as a necessary piece of the puzzle. If we step back and think about this coin as a historical artifact, it connects us to a time when American currency was shifting in use and perception. It reflects not only Kennedy's legacy, but also the economic and cultural realities of the late 20th century. The shine of a well-preserved 1989 half dollar is more than metal. Its memory captured in copper and nickel. The luster, the strike, the tiny details in Kennedy's hair all speak to the craftsmanship of the US Mint. For new collectors, the 1989 half dollar can serve as a gateway coin. It's accessible, affordable in many cases, yet still offers the thrill of discovery if you manage to find one in high grade or with a mint error. In coin shows and auctions, these coins often appear as part of larger collections. Dealers know they can attract interest because Kennedy half dollars as a series are beloved worldwide. Not just in the United States. Another layer to consider is the emotional connection. For some, these coins remind them of relatives who saved Kennedy halves as keepsakes. For others, they are a physical link to an era of American pride and remembrance. When looking at its worth today, we turn to online marketplaces. On eBay, circulated 1989 Liberty half dollars might fetch only modest amounts, but certified mint state coins or proofs have sold for much higher. Auction records show that collectors are willing to pay premiums for coins that stand out. It is in this difference between the ordinary and the extraordinary where fortunes can turn. That's why I said earlier this coin could change things for you. You might be holding one that is more valuable than you realize. The value of a coin is not always in the metal, but in the story it carries, the rarity of its condition, and the desire of collectors who want it. The 1989 Liberty half dollar embodies all three of these elements. So as you can see, the story of the 1989 half dollar is long, layered, and fascinating. It blends history, artistry, memory, and potential value into one small but powerful piece of American heritage. If you've stayed with me this far, here's the moment we've been building toward. The 1989 Liberty half dollar has a price tag that might surprise you, and there's even a way you can sell it to make the most of its worth. But just like I promised at the beginning, I want you to be part of this conversation. Comment price in the comment box below, and I will personally tell you its value and the procedure on how you can sell it. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.